What happens when an opposites attract romcom is honest that one of the opposites is just chronically anxious about being seen?
That's the question.
That's the question.
12 episodes. Lapin Track. Tofubeats on the score. Let's go.
Okay, so the show is You and I Are Polar Opposites. 12 eps, just wrapped this past March. And I want to be clear up top. This is not the Horimiya thing where the loud girl drags the quiet boy out of his shell.
It's not.
It's the inverse, kind of. Suzuki, that's the loud one. She's the one who's actually performing. Tani, the deadpan kid next to her, is the one who already knows who he is.
The premise is the lover. She's in love with him because he's the version of herself she can't be in public.
Right. And the show is honest about that from the first episode. There's a moment in episode 3 where she gets cornered by a friend, Tyra, we'll get to him, about why she would even want to date this guy.
And she just says it.
She just says it. Like, bro, the loud read on this show is Iyashike-coded, slow burn, fall in love with the cute couple. That's the show.
And the loud read isn't wrong. It's just incomplete. The show is also a quietly built ensemble. There are 4 other characters around them having their own version of the same problem.
Right. Walk us through how it actually opens.
Okay, episode 1 ends with Suzuki sprinting across town and confessing in front of the whole school, out loud, and Tani, who has been mentally cataloging how much louder it is when she isn't talking, says he wants to spend more time with her.
First episode. They're already together.
First episode. The will they, won't they is over before the OP has even properly cycled in.
Which I love. I love that. Like Horimiya again, this is the move. Get the confession out of the way. Now, what's the show actually about?
And what it's about is what happens after. Episode 2 is a first date. They both Googled how to be on it. They're both anxious. Neither of them is the cool one.
And then, episode 3 drops the friend group on you.
Yeah, watch this clip. Suzuki with Tyra, the cynic of the group, social hierarchy guy, and he wants to know why she would pick Tani.
Watch what she does with the answer.
てか、なんでみんな普通すんなり受け入れてるけど、まず最初に思うのこれだろ。鈴木、谷でいいのか？いや、だって谷って。
She names the thing out loud to the friend most likely to push back on it.
And that's the season in 30 seconds. That's it.
Episode 4 is the summer festival episode. Yukata, fireworks, the whole genre move. And the show plays it completely straight.
Yeah, no, this is the clip you're going to send to your friends. Watch how flat the compliment is.
学校で顔合わせてるけど、だからこそこの状況が楽しすぎる。でも、あんまり浮かれすぎるのは良くないよね。
Listen to who isn't filling the silence after he says it.
Right, like that's a moment of like, Sakata Shogo as Tani is just letting it sit. He doesn't qualify it, he doesn't soften it, he just said the thing.
I'd push back a little. The VA performance is doing work, but it's also the storyboard. The cut from her face to his and back. No insert, no music swell. The reason Just Said the Thing lands is the staging refusing to give us a romantic close-up.
Okay, fine. Provisional yes. I still think the read is the VA, but the staging holds your half of it. We circle back.
That's the show's grammar. One accurate sentence at a time. And then, around episode 5, it widens out. There's a whole second romance the show has been quietly setting up.
Yamada and Nishi.
Yamada and Nishi. Watch what the camera is refusing to show in this cold open.
いや、参加したいわけでは。とか言って、その谷くんが気になるってことは羨ましいんじゃない？え？自分がなりたいポジションに近いっていうか。なるほど。そうなのかな？そうなのかも。
Oh, I love that. That's a whole second show.
It's a whole second show. And it's quieter. The Yamada Nishi thread is text message coded. They barely speak in person for a stretch of 3 episodes.
And then episode 7 is the one where it actually breaks open. There's a flashback. Yamada apologizing to Nishi at the cultural festival.
She tells him what she's actually afraid of. Listen to what he says back.
私はもっと考えすぎないようになりたい。
Yeah.
Make them. With me. That's the whole show. In the B plot.
And it's exactly the advice the A plot has been refusing to take. Suzuki has spent 6 episodes performing for an audience. Yamada says it once, casually, to a different girl. The line travels.
Hold on, let me push back. Because I want to be careful. Episode 6 exists between 5 and 7, and I don't want to skip it.
Episode 6 is the cultural festival. It's the one where Suzuki's middle school first boyfriend re-enters.
Right. And Tani's whole thing in episode 6 is, for the first time, he names jealousy out loud.
On a rooftop. The festival muted underneath. Sustained 2-shot. The reception thread on the anime subreddit called it the moment the show earned its tier.
Which, fair. That's a real swing for a show in its 6th episode.
And then episode 8 is the one I want everyone to write down.
Bowling Alley.
Bowling alley. Azuma, the worldly girl in the friend group, has been getting messages from an ex. Taira asks to hear about it. Watch this scene. Listen to who isn't speaking.
このやつに見られたら。
アズマどうしたの？どういう組み合わせ？ごめんお待たせ。おは
考えただけで変な汗出る。
谷くんボーリング初めて？
すごい昔に子供会で来ただけ。
That's the most cited scene of the season for a reason.
It is, and what's structurally interesting, Taira gives her a sharp read of her own situation, the show's most cited line. And then he comes back the next morning and apologizes for being too sharp.
Wait. He apologizes for being right?
He apologizes for assuming he had the right to read her situation back to her.
Oh, that's the move. That's the show's move.
Saying the awkward thing once and apologizing the next morning is part of saying it. That's the texture. That carries forward. Episodes 9 through 11 are the school trip and the birthday. Plans go sideways, the relationships deepen through the disruptions.
And the show keeps testing it on the family front too. Tani brings Suzuki home to meet his grandma in episode 5. Suzuki's dad walks in on Tani in episode 8. The public-private register thing the season is about is happening at the parents' house too.
Right. Family beats matter for a show whose actual subject is who you let see you.
And the friend ensemble all gets their own beat.
Each takes a small but visible step. Yamada is a quiet, emotional logistician. Watch this. He engineers the school trip group placements so he can be near Nishi.
ねえ西、最近なんかいい話ないの？あれ動画は？気持ちわかんないって言ってたところからなんか進展あったかなって、山田と。それは。
Slick. He's so slick about it.
It's also Suzuki realizing what he did and recognizing, oh wait, I've been doing this. He's been doing it too.
2 emotional engineers in 1 friend group. Cool.
And then the trip goes, and the season hits its actual climax window, EPs 10, 11, 12. This is where we stop.
Yeah.
We're not telling you the back half. You watch it.
But the stakes. Let me try. 3 of the 4 characters in this ensemble have been deferring something. Suzuki is deferring her own want. Nishi is deferring speech. Tani is deferring a sentence about himself he doesn't have a vocabulary for.
And Taira is deferring permission to let himself enjoy any of this.
Right, and the back 3 episodes are, without saying who does what, the 4 of them all take an actual step, out loud, to another person.
The craft is in the staging. Sustained 2 shots. A noticeably warmer color palette in the back half. Tofubeats' most pared down score cues placed exactly where dialogue would have to carry the weight. The director is letting the silences land.
And the finale? I'm telling you nothing. But the show ends mid-step. Not on a beat. Mid-step.
Which is the season's actual argument. The relationship is the small accumulating things, not the big ones. The finale is the punchline that makes the argument.
And there's a season 2 coming July. Same studio. Manga's already done. It's complete, 8 volumes, finished in 24. So the cliffhanger isn't a mystery. It's a stopping point.
So back to the question. What happens when an opposites attract rom-com is honest that one of the opposites is just chronically anxious about being seen?
It becomes one of the most low-key honest romance shows I've watched in a while. Like, I came in expecting Horimiya but cuter. I left thinking about the Azuma Taira bowling scene for 2 days.
That's my read too. The headline pitch is the central couple. The reason to actually watch is the ensemble around them.
If you want a quietly observed school-life romance that trusts you to feel the small things, and you are tired of opposites attract being treated as a punchline rather than a daily practice, this is the one.
Go in for episodes 1 and 2. Stay for episode 8.
Alex, confess. You're going to listen to the light novel on a run, aren't you?
Already cued.
Knew it. Stay for episode 8. And then, as Alex said, you watch the back half yourselves. Don't read about it. Don't let anyone spoil it. The show is paced for you to find it the way they wrote it.
Watch episode 1. If the home walk lands on you, the rest will too.